This is Wake Up Nigeria, that decrees from Srtv. Dex in London. We have a full house today. Yes, we have a full house today. We have Abuja, we have Lagos, we have Edo. Actually, we have two coming from London. That is the broadcast of the day. And the show, we're going to have a lot happening, man. A lot has happened. The Nigerian creative economy have come of age, and it is evident over the weekend as the players came out to celebrate the industry. Are we going to say thank you to the South Africans for bringing in the African magic? Are we expecting to see something like that from a Nigerian? May God help us. Well, that is one of those things we'll be looking at today as we celebrate. The question I ask is, are we doing show in Nigeria or we are into the show business? Two languages, sir. Are we in show or we are doing show, we are in show business? That is going to be one topic we might look at today. And guess what, people? Prince Harry is in Nigeria with a wife. And it's a beautiful spectacle. I want to share all those images as we move on. I don't want to touch them because there's so much to look at today. And of course, we have the new bridge, the new road. I mean, it's not a bridge, it's a road. It's one of its kind from Lagos to Calabar. Good news. And I'm proud of it. But is this one of those things that the IMF going to use to give us a condition again? Do we have a backup plan to make the money back? I am of that opinion. But again, I think it's a good project. It's left up to you to say. Let's see what people are going to say about that. Let me keep quiet. Otherwise, we need to look at what is happening. Because now we have the prince and the wife in Nigeria celebrating or actually trying to give back to the society, meaning they have a role to play. The ceremonial in England at the moment, they don't have executive power, but they do have a role. Look at one of the things the prince is doing in Nigeria today. The question is, do we have kings? Do we have royalties in Nigeria? The answer is yes. Are they doing the same? Should we copy from them? Should we learn or should we imitate what is good? My father always said, you imitate something good. Otherwise, I'm a little bit worried that even in the Oba of Benin, the only king we can talk about that is paramount, there's a little bit of controversy at the moment. Controversy is part of the game. Maybe we're going to learn from South Africa, the uprising, may bring out the peace in us. But hey, people, let me not take so much time today because the house is full. I have right here with me is Abuja. Abuja is Mary. You know, she had this wonderful hairstyle. I don't know where this one is coming from again. Mary, you are getting married soon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How is London today?
Well, okay, and you look good. You look good. So,
Thank
how is Abuja? I hope Abuja is all good. I'm going to bring everybody quickly in. So, just introduce yourself. Your name is Mary. They all know you now, but this is Mary Val from Srtv, Abuja. What can you tell us in one sentence is happening in Abuja now? One.
I think it's just about bad news happening in Abuja. It has been
You kill
one
somebody.
killing of another.
Now, don't kill
Yes,
another person. You
yes.
two.
There's this staff of Federal Inland Revenue Service. His name is Kali Pichi. So around the Maitama here in Abuja, he was shot dead on Friday on his way to just go get food. So some armed men, they used to call it unknown gunmen,
I
actually
don't
shot him
know.
multiple times, and he was rushed to Maitama General Hospital. That was where he was confirmed dead. And the disease is said that is known to be a very popular person on social media and has a lot of politicians. All these big politicians are his friends as well, but we really don't know what led to his death. Is it maybe due to on social media or being friends with our top politicians? I don't know if he has said anything negative about anybody, or is it from his work? We don't know, but it was reported that he was shot dead multiple times. We never confirmed that he has died. Yeah.
All right, we'll be taking a look at that. The killing is still permanent in Nigeria. Unfortunately, I heard the one of our topmost man of God, Adeboye decree. I think they decree. How do you say it when when the man of God decreed, he declared, he proclaimed, or he said that peace will return to Plateau State. Because it was very much important. We really want to see Plateau, but to see such killing happening that it cannot happen in the country, we wonder whether we are safe. But anyway, we'll come back to that in full. Let's quickly get the people on the show. There's David. David is the new man from Lagos. You know, everybody get used to David now. He's a man on time. At least he can support me because too many they were all oppressing me. When the women are talking, sometimes I'm scared. Now at least I have somebody to say, "Hey, I have your back, Daddy Chris." So yeah, David, how are you? How is Lagos? Because a lot is happening. What's going on? Lagos only want to be center of excellence. Are you center of excellence today?
Of course, of course we are. Good morning. This is David from Lagos, reporting live from Lagos. And as I can tell you, everything in Lagos is beautiful. We have a bright and beautiful weather in Lagos. The weather in Lagos is at 27 degrees, and we're going to be experiencing haze in Lagos. Okay, moving here from there, let me start with the good story first. The Commissioner for Transportation had come out to say they are going to be building 13 more jetties in Lagos just to make transportation on waters more effective. So those who travels by sea in Lagos should be excited about this news because 13 more jetties will be built in Lagos. So that is a cheering news. And also, do not forget that Harry and Meghan visited Lagos. Yes, over the weekend they were in Lagos. They visited the governor of Lagos State, I beg your pardon, Sanwo-Olu. They visited Sanwo-Olu in his office. And the reason why they visited Lagos is because to check on, they are advocate for mental health. Their mental health issues. That's why they visited Lagos and they visited some of the schools in Lagos. As a matter of fact, Harry took part in volleyball, yeah, in Lagos with secondary school children. So it was a very, very good experience, and I hope this will actually improve the economy of Lagos State and make it even much more better than what we have. Okay, moving to the sad story is the gas explosion that occurred over the weekend, where 33 people were affected. According to the news reports reaching us, they said it's because of a filling station where they fuel gas. It's about 50 kg gas exploded due to leakage. 50 kg gas exploded due to leakage. So that was the problem. And they were all rushed to the general hospital where they were attended to. But at the end of the day, we lost 11 people. 11 people died, others are injured. But good thing the commissioner, Professor Adeyemi, visited patients at the hospital. And Lagos State government had come out to promise that they're going to pay the bills of the affected people. Those who are injured, their bills will be paid in full by the state government. So someone made that promise through the commissioner came out to say yes, they're going to pay their bills, and we just hope things like this will not occur again. What we should be looking at is preventive measures, how to prevent such things from occurring again. It is not enough to compensate the dead, the family of the dead with money, or to say you're going to pay their bills. It is not enough. But how can we make sure things like this don't happen again? This is what I expected the government to be talking about. What are the safety measures that we put in place? Are we going to relocate gas shops away from residential areas to a more secluded area where they can trade? Because I don't like the fact that we have gas stations close to people's house, gas station close to
Anyway,
food
we'll be
vendors.
looking at that. We'll be looking at that. Just give us just the breakdown first, so that we can come back to you. We'll be staying with you very much because it's a big concern that you're right. That how can it be that in this 21st century we are still struggling? And let me put it that way: we are still struggling to get the basic things. All right, we have a lot in the house, so let's quickly run that. I'm gonna add. Let's see whether I have Princess. Okay, no, Princess. Oh, you're welcome, Princess. Let's stay with you for a minute. You're welcome. You're back in London. You're welcome back to SRTV. Okay, yeah, you don't look like if you're in London, but you're in London. Hello, what's going on?
I'm surprised myself. I don't know what's going on. I bet the light in here is not very much. Maybe I'll have to look for a way to resolve the light issues here next time.
All right, but the good thing is you're welcome to London. You are back to this thing, and I hope that the place will be. You help us to raise SRTV to where it's supposed to be. We welcome. People have been talking about you. You imagine what we're doing something. So say, well, Princess said this. Princess said this. Anyway, Princess is back. Well, now, Princess, you one beautiful thing you can talk about London today. You've been. I know you. I don't know whether you had a chance to visit the monarch. The Buckingham Palace, where the King of England, of the United Kingdom is. That's why it's called United Kingdom. But the beauty of it, the sun is in Nigeria at the moment. Beautiful spectacle. It's the one we actually love. The sun, this one. Harry is our own because Harry is married to our sister, and they are in Nigeria together, trying to raise awareness actually on very important issue. What do you have to say
Okay,
about
Daddy Chris, I can hardly hear you.
really? Okay, that is not good. We'll come back to Princess. You might have to change your system, but I'll be setting up one or two things for Princess. Let's quickly go around. But Princess is here; she's on the show, so you get ready. For those Princess, your fans are here, so they're waiting. Anyway, let's see Benin. Benin is here. Hello. Let's spend some time with these Edo people. The heartbeat of the nation. Happy to have you. The fan they blow you. Is it so hot in your studio? No AC. Hello, can you hear
Hello.
me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
said,
Yes.
you are welcome. Yeah, I can hear you from
We
the
are on.
heartbeat of the
We are
nation.
on. We are on alternative power supply right now.
Okay, that's why. All right. Anyway, we have
Yes.
good to have you from the heartbeat of the nation. I was just saying that here we talk about the king of England doing one or two impacts and raising awareness. So we have a king from England in Nigeria, but the Oba of Benin is the is one of the most foremost king in Nigeria. Nobody can take that. I have history of Nigeria in my palm, and what is going on in Benin? Are you people still loyal to your Oba? Is this something that we're going to see similar to what we are seeing here in the United Kingdom? That culture must prevail. Is that the case in Benin?
That's always the case.
All right. Because
That's always the case.
always
Yeah,
the case.
The
All right.
Benin man from time immemorial, values their culture, and
It's, it's
we don't
Oba
joke with our
Otokpeye.
culture. It is
Every
our
time you hear Benin
DNA.
man, it's Oba
Yeah, that's
Otokpeye.
what makes us.
Yes. It's
Yes,
Oba Otokpeye. Yes. I
that's
like
what
that.
makes us. Yes, you can't take
All right.
that away from us.
But we'll be coming back to you shortly on this issue. We'll be holding you accountable for one or two things because we learned that there's a little bit of issue in court at the moment. And we'll look at that when all of us are in the house. But today also we have a political analyst in our midst. It's good we have him on the show quickly and we'll get him introduced on time. His name is Ape Fabian Chukwemeka. I like this your name. Chukwemeka, you're welcome to SRTV. Yes. Get yourself
Thank you
settled.
very much. Thank you very much. Good morning. My name is Ape Fabian Chukwemeka. Nice to have me here on the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. So we're gonna have a full house. Let's have it together. This is how it is. This is how it is. Here I am, Daddy Chris SRTV London. On my immediate right, I don't know. Camera sometimes deceive you with right and left, so you guys can judge. Sometimes the camera reverse it. But we have SRTV Mary Abuja. Edo is the heartbeat of the nation. Don't forget, Abuja is the federal capital territory. Don't, there's Mary, and you can see the way she raised her head. And of course, the heartbeat of the nation, you can tell from this woman that the heart is beating. Princess, are we safe?
I think so.
All right. And then, of course, we have the Center of Excellence. David is giving me a big smile. And today, it's a pair house. We are complete. 3 men, 3 women. So if there's a battle, we will fight it straight on. But as you guys know, we will defeat you guys. You guys are
It's
the
evenly balanced.
It's heavily balanced, eh? Yeah, it's nice to have Princess back. Princess, your network, your phone is on mute. Good. So we want to hear that your voice, and we want to hear it loud because people have been missing you. So yes, so that is the show today. Now let us take a look at some of the issues, like very important. I don't know. Uh, I know you guys have been there, but I really want to start from the story of Meghan and Harry in Nigeria. Beautiful. Well, I like this picture. Anyway, this is beautiful. They are in Nigeria to do one thing, to raise awareness on two important issues. From what David said, they're talking about raising awareness on mental health. That's when they get to Lagos. But the core aim of their visit is actually to help those who have been injured during war. And I can see that Prince Harry did visit some of these places. Princess, what do you have to tell us here?
Oh, well, it's no longer news that the prince and the princess are actually in Nigeria, like you rightly said, to help those who have been injured. there was a time close to my house. There's this apartment hotel very close to my house in Abuja where I don't know. I think the army made a reservation for all of them to come to treatment, come for their treatment in Abuja, and they came to my street. It was really disheartening. You could see that they were over 100. I was quite worried. Some of them no hand, no leg, and all that. Some no hand, no leg as well. And we know that a lot of them also, I don't know, I had to discuss with some of them who claim they've been abandoned. Sometimes they don't respond to them quickly, and taking care of their family has become an issue then. And so it's quite interesting to know that the prince and the princess actually in Nigeria for this particular reason. And even though some of our people, we know that some of our, of course, people in Nigeria have been trying to cause mayhem, accusing them of, oh, why would you come and do this, all that. But I think it's a very good thing. And the fact that they're also creating awareness as well, it's actually a very good thing and something I really like. Coming to say they will help these vulnerable people, not like they are not getting help. Apparently, they might be getting the needed help, but the prince and the princess showing up in Nigeria to say, okay, we will support also. I think it's a very good thing, and this also it's natural when you're ill or maybe you're in a sick bed and you see somebody you are not supposed to see, coming to talk to you one on one. I think that also will hasten their recovering and all that. So it's a very good thing.
Yes, and I can't agree more. A society is a true reflection of how they treat the vulnerable. And these are people that became vulnerable, that became disabled because of their service to the so-called nation. And I think they deserve the best. Raising this awareness, I want to thank I applaud this movement. Yeah, I'm not a very big fan of this kind of movement, but I support it in a way that, because when you are really down, like Princess said, when you are down, say hello means a lot. And I'm gonna throw this burden here to the house, and I'm gonna start with our analyst here. First, we know we have kings in Nigeria, and unfortunately, I don't want to compare right now, but we have kings in Nigeria generally, and what we have in Nigeria, kings, but we never see the kings actually coming out to do one or two things. Yes, they've been relegated to a place in society. I want to say this, and I dare say it. I come from a Orobo nation, and we have 24 kings. And I said to them, how come that the kings don't have at least one NGO? I've said it a million times. An NGO will means a lot, because I don't believe leadership is about when you are in power alone. You can make an impact as a leader in too many ways. If you don't have the power, like the government have taken power from you, but they didn't stop you from running an NGO. Prince Harry are not people in power. They are here to make an impact. What do you have to say to our kings? Or perhaps there are some limitations why our kings are not doing this? We're going to hear from our political analyst here. Lydia, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning good morning once again. Nice to have me here. Well, to start with, I think the our traditional rulers in Nigeria, the role of our traditional rulers in Nigeria and their relevance has been reduced drastically. They have been reduced to mere ceremonial heads. The states and the federal government don't value. It's just like a culture shock, whereby the traditional rulers, Nigeria, we have actually moved. We have moved from our pre-colonial settings, trying to move towards westernization, urbanization, whereby the traditional rulers, their importance, their impact are no longer felt. They are all just only there as a ceremonial head. Then during election, they go back to them to help them galvanize the poor masses, the locals, for them to come and campaign for them. Then the next time you see a prominent politician or a leader going back to the traditional rulers is the next 4 years during the election. So, and this kind of impact, this kind of impression that has given to traditional rulers has actually demoralized the traditional rulers in Nigeria, that they see themselves as just a mere ceremonial heads, where when a governor wants to commission a flyover, they will invite them to come and sit at the front seat. Then after the ceremony, they will hands will envelope will change hands. Then
Yes.
the next time you hear from them again will be the next commission of a flyover or a bridge. Then the next 4 years before election, they will move around the traditional rulers. You'll see a leader that will not visit any traditional ruler until when election is until when election is around the corner. But in other Western world that hold up to their tradition, you see the UK, for instance, they still maintain the tradition. They still hold the tradition to a high esteem. The United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth, we all saw how the burial took place, the kind of royalty, the kind of prestige that is being accorded to that culture. But back home, we see our traditional rulers are just mere figureheads. They are just there as a ceremonial heads. They have nothing to offer. You just really go to them when you're about to come up for any particular election. Then when the election is over, you meet them the next election, or when you want to
Yes.
commission a flyover.
Yeah, Fabian, I agree with you completely. But there's an issue here. The kings, the United Kingdom,
Yeah.
actually our king is a ceremonial office.
Yes.
Back
But
in the day, we have the executive power.
he has influence. He has an influence in the administration
Yes, he does.
of the state.
He does until he appoints. There are certain things. He's the one that appoint the prime minister, but he doesn't really appoint them. It's a
Okay.
culture, and he will not oppose what the parliament say. He's not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to oppose it. It will not happen. So it's a norm that the king will sign, not that whether he likes it or not. So his own is going to sign as the head of state. So it's a ceremonial office. But this is what I'm trying to say now. He's no more. Before this time, the king was in power. He had the executive power until it was taken away from him. I'm talking of
Yeah.
England here, or the United
Yeah.
Kingdom. So today,
Yeah.
the king is now actually still running the office of the ceremonial of the ceremonial leader.
Okay.
However, it didn't stop them from running. From if you see from all the families, you find them taking one course. Now you see what Prince Harry is doing. The kings, the other prince, and all of them, they are busy doing one or two things like this. They
Yeah.
are not. They are not in power. Don't forget. The question
Yes.
I
Yes.
said is: so it doesn't. Do you have to? Must you be in power, or the power has been taken from you? Does it stop our king from having NGOs?
It doesn't stop them, but it has effect. The way society perceive the our traditional rulers, the way the state perceive them, in one way or the other, has effect, psychological effects
I
on the
agree.
traditional rulers.
I agree. But is it not up to the traditional ruler to say, no, listen, I am a king? The picture of it is this. You know what I was saying? I'm sorry, I'm going to cut a little bit here, and I'm
No,
taking
no
away
problem.
too much time on this. The last time I asked, why don't our king actually become the local government? The local government. Why do we need local government? If we have the federal government, we have the state, and our kings become the local government, so that at least we can work with them because they know the terrain, they understand the people,
Very
they
well.
are welcomed by the people. They will be there forever. In fact, why
Yes.
are we not doing that? That was something I'm proposing to the Nigerian Constitution. There I get to the anywhere House of Rep, the first thing I'm going to ask for will be that. But that being said, they said the little one you have now, how you using it? All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Our kings are in a better position to run a better NGO than me. They have a crowd, they have a setting. And let me make it this way. I have accused Peter Obi on this platform as well. That so much is expected from Peter, but he has not used his office as a leader. Maybe Peter is waiting to be in power first. Princess from Edo will talk to us on that. You understand? My question is, must you be in power to make an impact? Example is these two who are in Nigeria currently. They are not in power.
Yeah.
They don't have a
Yeah.
place. English politics.
Yeah.
Here they are making an impact.
Yes, it's true.
Do
Yeah.
we? You see the challenge here. I do agree. I'm not happy with where the kings are in the moment. But does it really stop them from doing something? Because we have a lot of challenges. If a king in Nigeria, like the Oba of Benin, for instance, I'm coming there, princess, will it be so bad if the Oba of Benin say, oh, because he was an ambassador to the Nigerian state in Italy. So he knows the administration. He has seen the world. Would it be so bad? I said, no, I'm going to eradicate. My mission is to eradicate poverty. And this is how I'm going to go about it. And this is my NGO. In fact, it will not be so difficult for the Oba to raise money. Would that be so bad, princess, if we see that in Nigeria? I'm returning that to the house.
Well, it is not a bad idea. Can I speak, sir?
Yes, go on.
Yes, it is not a bad idea if our kings can have an NGO. You don't even need to have an NGO. Pick up a project that would affect the people positively. But there's one thing I'm actually looking at. You saying our kings should become local government chairman. I mean, there will be disadvantages to that. It will make them, they might be too strong for the society. That is one. Secondly, do not forget, they are closer to the people. They might become dictators. They might decide who becomes the next governor. That's the disadvantage I'm saying here. If we make our kings local government chairman, they will be too strong for for the governments.
For our governors. No, I
Yes,
think
they'll be
that
too
would be
strong for our
very good because
governors.
the governor at the moment, the governors of Nigeria at the moment, we don't have local government. The governors are oppressors. You go
Because
to
then
any state in Nigeria, if you see APC
See,
as the governor, the local government are all APCs.
I
Go
do not
on.
forget they'll spend a longer time in office even than the governor
Yes,
because they
that's
are
the beauty of
kings.
it. There will be stability in the system.
They will be
Perhaps
too
that's the
strong for the
stability we
government.
need. There
still,
will be stability in the system. Go on, princess.
And if they are too strong, they will abuse power.
Who says so? They don't have so much
There's
power.
the
Power
tendency
still on
is
comes
the
from
there.
money.
matter. Um,
Go on. Go on, princess. Yes.
still on the matter of kings, traditional rulers,
Yes.
and NGOs. There are lots of
Yes,
traditional
sir.
rulers in Nigeria who have NGOs. There are lots of
Okay.
traditional rulers who take up the cause for one or two good things. It's not like all traditional rulers are. It's a one narrative. In Benin, for
Okay.
instance, Aoba, he has an NGO. The Crown Prince now has an NGO, and they've had an NGO for a while. Um, I know there are some other traditional rulers in the West. They have NGOs. I know some other traditional rulers in those states. They have NGOs. There are people who also do these things. It's not like
So,
it's
but
a
princess, what would have
one
expected is
narrative for all
yes.
traditional
No,
rulers that
I'm
they
only
do
saying
not care.
wonderful. I'm saying that why are we not seeing them in this kind of light? Is it because of publicity? Are we not giving them enough attention, or they are not actually implementing their project? Because good things will show
We
itself. Good over evil.
They are. Daddy
Anyway.
Chris, they are.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember there was a very heavy crackdown on human trafficking, mostly from the Niger Delta Edo area,
Yes.
where you start seeing freedom of lots of the people under being trafficked. That was a direct impact of the activities of the Oba of Benin, a direct impact.
Okay.
It saw a lot of liberation from human trafficking, even slaving our people in the European side, and that has drastically reduced. And that
All
also
right.
led to this human traffickers agency cramping down on many madams and catching them and all that. That's a direct impact of the activities of
On the
NGO
on the
of the
on the
Oba
on
of Benin. So
wonderful.
if you look deep and go into an expose, you see the activities of these NGOs. They're actually making impact. It's just we are not blowing the trumpet, maybe because they are not
Yes,
white
no, we
people.
don't. Yeah, they don't blow the trumpet. Perhaps we need to blame ourselves on that. Then I'm going to come back to Princess London. It's beautiful to see that this is. I mean, I agree that good because when I throw accusation, that's when you get correction. So that's good. That it's true that some of these obas are doing this, but perhaps if we have a country called Nigeria today, I leave this for the house. Our major challenge is tackling poverty and insecurity. These are two major things. People are hungry and we are insecure. Perhaps this is one important area that we would have expected a foremost king. When I see the Oni of Ife, let me go there. Man, when you see the young man walking, you see power, you see elegance, You see pride. You see the pride of a nation. Let's come to the Oluofori. You understand? These are, in fact, if you listen, when I listened to his coronation speech, I said I made a vow because I was tweeting online. It was amazing, but we are yet to see the direct impact. Maybe they are hidden. All right, like Princess said, they don't blow the trumpet. We need to blow the trumpet. How do we blow the trumpet? I'm putting that with Princess first, London. Why do we blow the trumpet of our kings? So, because if I don't, I've not seen the. I'm using now. I'm quoting two of them that I know and I expect much from. The Oni of Ife, the Olu of Ori. These are two prominent kings, young, brilliant, in fact, intellectually sound. In fact, I would say, can this Olu of Ori be a president of Nigeria? That was the thing that was coming to my mind when he was making a speech. You understand? And today, I'm really yet to see that impact.
Well, like Princess said, it's possible that some of them are actually doing running NGOs, making impact in their various societies or their various areas. But for me personally, the kings I've seen so far, we know that in Nigeria there's something that is very peculiar with our kings. I want to stand with our guests this morning. They've been reduced to a particular place in the society where they are not ceremonial kings, most of them. We know that it's only during elections. I stand to be corrected. We know that during elections, you see politicians clamoring, roving around their kings because, of course, they are
Yes.
closer to the people. They
Yeah.
have the people, and of course, I just want to agree with him. Our kings, I've never seen a king. I'm not very close to a lot of them, but the ones I'm close to, or the one I've seen, I've never seen a king doing one, running, like she said, the Oba of Benin is running an NGO, but I've never seen it. I've never heard it as well. And so I
Yeah.
will only speak on things I'm very, sure about. Our kings, I don't want to, like we have the Oba of Benin. I know right now they are having issues, but maybe that is what we need. Now we have the Oni of Ife, we have, the Sultan of Sokoto, we have the Olu of Wari.
Yes.
Maybe the kings are too many. I don't understand because they are not impactful as far as I'm concerned. We live in a
Yes.
society where the kings care so much about themselves. For instance, if you go to, most of the time we don't know what's happening. But when you go to the grassroots, you get to hear a lot of the horrible things that these kings are involved in. You see, kings are, that they are supposed to be, the custodians of the truth or of, upholding the truth. You see these people oppressing the locals, the indigenes over lands issue, over trivia issues. And these are so I speak for instance, my king, when I traveled home, a lot of people were not, I wanted to meet the king, and even the guy, my friend that was driving me was like, for what? This one, the way he described the king, my sister, everybody was saying the same thing. This one is taking people's land, this one is doing this. And Daddy Chris, I came and I told you of a certain king that
Yes.
actually was caught in selling a massive land. This land belongs to the community. And so I know that there are kings who are doing amazing things, who are upholding truth as well. But like you said, they are not doing it openly. So we need to see more of these things. Of course, is what we see. We are the media. We are the bridge between the people and, of course, these kings. And so it's what we see that will come and report as well. But I cannot report on what I've not seen. And I know that even the Oni of Ife, I heard one time ago that he's running an NGO, but I've never seen the impact of this NGO on the people. And so it's not about having an NGO, but it's a part, it's about, what they do through this NGO. And so maybe we should be seeing more of that, or maybe we should look deeper to really know what these kings are doing, apart from running around politicians. It's only in Nigeria you will see, for instance, my state governor calling a king come to Asaba,
Yes.
lining them up, sitting. A king does not move anyhow. I don't want to believe
Hmm.
that the Oba of Benin moves anyhow. You do not have the right to summon him to the government house that come and have a
Hmm.
meeting. No. As well, you do not have the right to summon the Oni of Ife to come to any place. You have to
Then
go
you
and meet
can't
the
tell the
king.
you can't tell
Yes,
the king of
you do
England
not
to come
call the
anywhere.
king
Yes,
anyhow. But
yes,
maybe because we have too many kings, because we have every small community, sometimes you even have one community fighting, they have two, three kings, people fighting, and that is why they call them, they give them small money, very little change, and then, they are sell out, they sell their own people. You can see the Okoma community, the king that actually turned went to Abuja and then he was arrested. Do you know that king is the number two king in that community? They have another king as well, and they are saying that he was not chosen by the people. That
so
particular
true.
one that was
Yes,
declared wanted the last time. So
yes,
these are some of the issues we're having, sir. I really think that our kings need to do more. In as much as there are some of them, like Princess said, that are doing amazing stuff, we still need them to be very active. I feel like they are dormant. Apart
yes.
from politics, they are just there. Apart from maybe their local village issues, they should do more. We said it on one of the robo shows we had maybe last year that a king, they can, I know that they have their kings meeting. I don't know how it's called, but sometimes you see kings, maybe Delta North or Deltas are coming together during meetings. I wonder what they discuss. They can discuss the things to improve on the lives of the people. Why can't you run this? Okay, my community, let's put this. Your community, let's do this. And before you know, you connect. But I don't think these people discuss things that have to do with us, the people. That is just my sincere opinion.
Thank you very much, Princess. That's one important area. They should be discussing security. One important thing that challenge everybody today is security. I don't think they are too much. The more the merrier. If we have more kings and more NGOs or more people to do the job, you understand? If they go out and think the problem, I beg to be corrected. And I really wait for that. And I hear the both side of the story. That's why I like this. But I personally think that it's a culture in Nigeria today to wait to be in power before you act. Once you are not in power, you are not a leader. But I'm saying you can be a better leader, more respectful leader without being in power. Example is what you see in the king. Look at Prince Harry now. Look at the ovation. Look at the movement. Look at these are people that went out of their comfort zone. They're going to take a risk and do something. And you know what? They've raised an awareness. Like I said, Harry is in a better position to raise his awareness than Daddy Chris. The Oba of Benin can raise awareness on poverty than Daddy Chris. Sorry, sir. The Oni of Ife can raise awareness on education that a child not going to school is a sin against the society. The Oni can do that better. The Olu of Wadi can do more amazing stuff on security. That our people must not be kidnapped, must not be this. Let it be a challenge. Let them raise their awareness. In fact, when they come together and they begin to talk, like you rightly said, Princess, when they have that meeting and they talk about security, governor will have to listen to them. And perhaps we want to see that this Harry coming to Nigeria should be seen as a wake-up call for us to begin to see that our kings can be useful, they can be helpful, and we should respect them anyway. That we
Of
give them
course.
the power they deserve. And then let us see how society can move forward. Don't forget, people will not leader. In those days, the Bible, most of us say are Christians and Muslims. What God does normally is to send you a leader. That's what the Bible I see. When the children of Israel are in difficulties, they send them a king. They send them a king. The importance of a king cannot be overemphasized. Kings are
Yeah.
ordained by God. Let us please let's see what I'll take from that. But I move on to the second aspect of this discussion. Our kings have been reduced to political heads. Are they being dragged in or they drag themselves in? We have a case with the Oba of Benin at the moment. Let's take a look at this. This is the Oba of Benin and the current governor, Baseki. I know there are things we cannot say because so many things, but we will be careful. We will not go into what we don't know. But there's a case in court at the moment. And because we are privy, we have the opportunity to be here today and this very important garden. Let me have this. This is the Oba. Beautiful. Is it not elegance? And what I love about the Oba of Benin is the people of Benin respect their kings. They believe in their tradition. And when you see this, the first thing they will say is Oba talk by hey, he said. That is what you see. Benin don't play with that. But the question I ask, we've accused the politicians today, and we're going to be sincere. Let us deal with it for what it is. Before we throw the burden on Princess to tell us what is really going on between the Oba and the Obaseki, Oba Obaseki. That word familiar. They all come, the Obaseki, Oba, Obaseki, Oba. All right, they are not the same. The Oba of Benin is here, Obaseki is the governor of the state at the moment. There's issue going on, Princess. Can you run us through as much as you can what is going on in Benin? Because this is what why I'm trying to say this is I want to know if they are trying to be Oba, our traditional into politics, or our kings want to be in politics.
Okay, on that issue, I will state clearly that the Edo State government does not have a case with the Oba in court.
Okay.
And the case with the Oba in court is a traditional matter taken to a civilized, to a Western court. It's a case between his uncle and another Enige, the Enoge of Egbai, and his uncle, one of his uncles, who is the Enoge of there's a community near Olugbo, around Olugbo. So they have an issue with the Oba. I think they were dethroned, and they took the case to court. The Oba is in a suit, and the Benin Traditional Council is in another suit. So they are in court. Now, they also dragged the state government along with the Oba to court. So the Oba and the state government, they are defendants in a suit. So the government and the palace do not have a case against each other in court. Now, this issue is very dicey because all political parties, as far as I'm concerned, they are fishing to get attention from it. For and against, whatever, they are all fishing to get attention from it. And I also wanted to point this out. When we say kings and we say kings and we say kings, there's all should get size. Not all kings are of the same category. Not all kings, yes, not all kings are of the same category. You have just where you have high chiefs and you have normal chiefs. Not all kings are of the same category. Just that we have borrowed the Western word, Western term, and we call them kings. So most times when we compare them to Prince Harry and the like from the Western world, the comparison is not fair. Not all of them are in the same category, even in our own template. Now the
Princess,
Benin,
they are all, sorry, Princess, they are all answering Royal Majesty. They are
no,
because
they are
before
not all. Sir,
they
sir,
are
that's
all
what I'm trying to point. No, that's not correct. That's what I'm trying to point out. They
okay.
are not all Royal Majesty. They are not all HRM. They are not all on the same class. Take the Benin Kingdom is a very perfect example to explain this to you. Now you have what you translate to as dukes, what we call the Eniges. We don't call them kings. We call them Eniges. We have one king, and that is the Oba of Benin. In
Yes. So the Niger to be
yes,
we can then address the Niger as their Royal Highness because that's what you see. Prince Harry
dukes.
is called Royal Highness. It's
Yes,
never a royal, it's not Royal Majesty. Yes. All right. But my king, no matter how small the community is, they are Royal Majesty. I can see all of them. I'm the
that
one that knows the deal
that
with the politics.
the thing is in those climes, that's where there's an abuse. Not all of them, they are not all of the same status, they are not all of the same strength. So taking Edo as a case study, when we say king, it is not, they are not all of the same status. So when you bring the Western term king into our unique situation, it so we have the Niggers who are royalty in their own right. Their fathers before them and their children after them. They do not equate themselves with the Oba. They have a structure on ground. If they don't have that structure, politicians will not come and even meet them because they have a structure. And you
Okay.
see, local security and certain things has always been the responsibility of these Eniges. These
Okay.
Eniges are called their dukes.
All right.
Yes, you can have an Enoge covering over 20 something communities, some 18. It depends on their
Just like we have in
traditional.
England. Yes. I think that's how we have
Yeah,
it in England too. We have deals. Yes.
So I'm relating the issue so that we will understand clearly, because this issue has been so bastardized in the social media space that people do not really understand it. And when you now bring the word king into it, it upsets the traditional template, and you get people worked up. And I think that word king, the Oba is king, Enoge is king, is what has been causing um, enmity in our
But
Edo State, where it comes to our
princess, sorry, what can you tell us then in the long short, in the short term, what is happening then? Because no, I don't think anybody is disputing the position of the Oba and the Nojes in Benin. But yeah, there's still controversy. What is really going on? Because there's a fight at the I know it's unsaid. There's issue here. What is it?
the issue is between brothers.
Okay.
The issue is between brothers. The
All
Oba
right.
exercise a certain right, and some people are not comfortable with it. And so they couldn't take redress from the traditional council, hence they took their case to court. So it is actually between brothers. And let's
So
see
are you
what the
saying
court
that the
is saying in
governor
the end.
have nothing to do with this?
Taking this case objectively, sir,
Yes.
the case in court, the Edo State government and the palace, the Oba, they are on the same suit. They are joined together.
Okay.
They are on the same suit. They are
All
they
right.
are joined together
So they are
on the
they are,
same
they are
suit.
both
So they
defendants.
are
Right.
defendants.
All
Yes,
right.
they are both defendants.
All right. Okay. So all
As
right.
far as this case is concerned, they are both defendants.
All right, we'll be taking a look more at that as we hope we wait to see what is going on. If not, the news reaching us from behind is saying that that it's like your dukes want to be paid, and the like the palace is saying the money should come through the palace, but the money should go. The duke want the money to come to them. I don't know. This is where politicians might be
That
clever. They might say to
we
them,
can
yeah,
only work on official statements.
I
We
know,
can
I
only
agree.
work on yes, and official positions.
Yeah,
So yes,
we're
as
not
far as
saying that. Yeah.
traditional position is concerned, as far as the traditional position is concerned, we cannot bring speculation and unverified statements into context, because it
Yes.
will only fuel it will only fuel the opportunistic situation of different people trying to capitalize on it and dragging the traditional stool up and about. It's a
Yes.
desecration of the traditional stool.
I agree with you. So and we're not going to do that. But we are the kind of people that want to put fire somewhere so that the truth will come out. That's what I was trying to do. Anyway, let we leave that with them. The case is in court. We hope that they believe find justice anyhow. If the case between brothers, whatever it is, they will resolve it as brothers and sisters. So we'll leave that to them. We're going to move on quickly because we have a lot of newspaper to review today. It's Wake Up Nigeria, but I think the discussion is in line. We saw something happen over the weekend. That makes me proud as a Nigerian. It's called there's no better word to put it. Let me just put this beautiful image. The African Magic Viewers Choice Award. You understand? Beautiful. And a lot happened. And a lot. It's a beautiful thing. This is the best movie. And I'm going to let Princess, I don't know, who's going to run us through what happened over the weekend. It makes me proud. It makes me proud as a Nigerian. We've come of age. I only have one reservation. Why we celebrate? My only question today, and I'm going to ask our guests as well. Why Princess will talk us through what has happened? Our guests will answer the difficult question, which is my question. Are we into show business or we are into show? We showcasing? Because there's something when we came to England when we were young, eh, we all say, let us do show, we do showcase. You know what showcase? You just showcase things, Let's showcase our culture.
I just want our guest, please, if you can turn your phone around
Yes, turn your
because
phone
you're not
around.
well positioned right now, sir. If
Yes,
you can
yes,
hear me, please, sir.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amazing. Yeah, Princess is more careful with that. So, Princess, we're gonna leave it to you. Talk us through what happened over the weekend. I'm proud as a Nigerian. Beautiful spectacles, Nigeria. But then our guest will answer my question. Are we into showcase or we are in show business? Over to you, Princess. Let's hear from you first. Tell us, it's a beautiful
Daddy
spectacle.
Chris, when you say princess, we have two
No, I'm
princesses
talking of
here.
Princess London. Sorry, we just be having a big war with Edo. We want Edo to
Okay.
rest, but we're coming back to her. All right.
Okay, from what we saw, it's quite. I was thrilled. I was excited looking at the pictures and of course some of the videos as well. And this Breath of Life uh, came out to be the best movie of the year. And if you ask me, it's well deserved. It was actually placed side by side with the Tribe Called Judah, and we know we had a lot of debates, a lot of people, of course, online and social media was the gog. A lot of people actually, having different mixed reaction, different opinion. But me, I think this is a well-deserved win. If you've seen this movie before, I saw the movie, and in fact, I applauded the producer, the director, everything about the movie for me is a top notch. They did well, and even though the other movie also they did well, but for me, I will pick this over and over again. So it's a well-deserved win. And even Wale Ocho also came out to be the best actor. He did play a very good role here. And I watched that movie. At some point, I was shedding tears. At some point, I was crying. I was laughing. So I think congratulations to them. And we could see our celebrities. They actually came out in their numbers. Beautiful, beautiful. I actually wanted Mary to talk us through this because she's into more of that. Mary, it's good at when you when you say social media or lifestyle and all that fashion. And so I think Mary will do justice to that. But I know they came out in their numbers. They did pretty well. And we saw the ladies, we saw the men, best dress and all that. And they did very well. And the award, and of course, ROMD, how can I forget that? ROMD and Madam Iyabo Rainbow, that's how she's called, one of the Yoruba veteran, and
Yeah.
RMD actually came out with they won the Industry Merit Award. I think is well deserved also. She also won an award, a leading actress, and that's Kinde, yes, that's the name. Uh, they
Kende.
they did pretty well, and of course, they all look so beautiful. And me, I was just going through the picture. I could go on pictures. I could go on and on and on and waste all my time there. But like I said, it's a beautiful
No,
thing. It's a
it's
beautiful,
a beautiful day.
Please.
and it's more beautiful to know that this is happening in Nigeria, in Lagos.
Yeah.
People, this is not somewhere. Okay, how do you call that award that we saw lady
Hot
that came out?
Grammy.
Not
Oscars.
Grammy, not this.
Oscars.
Oscars, yes, this is Nigeria. This is our
Yeah.
people, our very own. So it's quite exciting to know that okay, we are now here. When you look at the pictures and the videos, everything about the award is actually top notch. They all
Yeah.
did very well. All of them, they look so beautiful, and I'm
So
I'm glad at that point.
we're looking
I'm glad
forward
to
to
be in Nigeria.
winning the Oscars. Anyway, we've already have
Honest,
our own Oscars. This should be an equivalent of our Oscars. So I'm going to ask our guest. Sorry, I'm sorry. I know David, you want to say something, but let me
yeah.
go through to our guest, and I'll let you
Okay.
say something on that. Guest, Fabian, the question I asked a very difficult question. Are we into showcasing or we are into show business? The reason I said this is now this award, which is number one, this is the number one in Nigeria at the moment, is run by a South African company, African Magic Video Choice Award, Viewers Choice Award, South African. I'm looking for the Nigerian one that is having that come of this age. I can't hear it. I'm sorry. Number two, today, if you make a good film in Nigeria, the barometer of judging it is you're able to make it to Netflix or you're able to make it to Amazon. Now, are we into showcasing or we are in show business? Because how can we be producing things and somebody else is making the money? Maybe I am sick. That's why I said, are we, as we celebrate these beautiful things, I know many eyes will be turning, who is this that decreased man? But are we into show business or we are still showcasing our talent? Your sound is mute, sir. Unmute your sound. Yeah. So I know sometimes this is our technical team. Yes. Oh, we can hear you now.
All right. Okay. I will say that. Okay. I would like to start my analysis by pointing it out this way. Nigerians, our validation, we believe that our validation comes from the outside the country, the Western world. You, as a man, you dress up. Your wife will tell you are looking good. You will not accept it. Someone else will tell you are looking good. You will not accept it. Until someone foreign tells you how you are looking before you. Our validation comes from outside the country and is affecting us directly and indirectly in all spheres of life. The show, we have the stage in the entertainment industry. Nigeria is leading the African aspect of entertainment, and to a large extent, all over the world in entertainment. But the validation comes outside the country. That even internally, even our regulatory bodies don't have any, even our they don't have any organ or
Authority.
any platform that can
They don't.
actually. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're with you.
The regulatory body does not have anybody or any platform that showcase and promote or check the qualities of, or maybe just like what is obtainable in other Western world. African Magic is run and owned by South Africa, and in one way or the other, they are taking the money out of this country, trying to devalue Nigeria. Why, okay, let me talk about development and underdevelopment. Before you can develop, you must underdevelop somewhere. We have the stage for the entertainment, but in South Africa, they want determining who gets what and who gets what and what. They give the awards to individuals and we celebrate it here. The Big Brother Nigeria, I believe it does not belong to, it's not a Nigerian that runs that show, Big Brother Nigeria.
South
It's not by,
Africa.
it's South Africa. And you see the kind of money Nigerians, the kind of energy. If that same program is being organized by a Nigerian, believe me, Nigerians will have little or zero interest. These
Okay.
are the
Now,
way our these are the
Frida,
way our
yeah, it's good to mention this. So my question is, because this is sometimes you said it all. We look for validation from outside. Not only
yeah,
validation, maybe we are used to foreign, we are addicted to foreign products.
yeah,
Today, Nigerian produce we have oil in our soil.
yeah,
We we will sell the oil and import it back. They sell what we have back to us. The
yeah,
same movie that is produced now, this movie we saw now, best movie, will be in
yeah,
Netflix tomorrow. We'll go and
yes,
pay Netflix for what we
yes,
produce.
yeah,
It's on Prime now. It's Prime
Okay, good.
that
So we're paying
Prime.
prime for what we produce, and we're clapping for ourselves. Oh, yes, Nigeria has come of age. Have you seen it? I said, oh, Burna Boy is performing around the world, making millions. But if you know who is promoting the show, you will cry for Nigeria.
yeah. They're foreigners. They're foreigners that are promoting the shows.
And it's a, it's a, you see, it took time for the Michael Jackson to come to that and say, listen, we're going to get rid of Sony. I'm talking deep now. You understand? And they begin to set up their own setup. You see, where are we going from here? Should we celebrate today or should we use this? Because it's beautiful to see this spectacle. We shouldn't mix it up with any negativity. But the decrease comes from my angle. We are hungry. And the reason we are hungry is we are being our own thing, what we produce is sold to us. And we are quiet. You see what we do? Look at ShopRite. You see ShopRite? In fact, whether I hate Dangote or not, he's still my man.
Yeah, it is.
ShopRite is now being sold to us. Are you saying all these our rich men cannot have a ShopRite? Can
They
Nigeria
can.
have
They can. They can.
what is in Netflix? We have 200 million people already, which is a huge market. Do you need somebody to
Yeah.
validate what we have? If we have a Nigerian Netflix, because we know how to copy a lot. They saw Hollywood
Yeah.
and they call it Nollywood. Now that they have Netflix, why are we not having Nigerflix? Or call it one name. Let it be our own so we make the money. You
Yeah.
see, all I talk about is the money.
Yeah.
It's about the economic emancipation of us as a people. You see that thing they call what do you call it? Uh, uh, Shoprite. I know before I
Mm.
talk now, most of you will go to Shoprite today. So a Nigerian cannot, and you know the implication. The money is going out of the country. May God help us in Jesus' name. That's what we say here. Is it not what we do? We
But
know how to say. We know how to
but
sit it on.
that
Go on,
but
go on.
Daddy
Yes,
Chris,
yes, sir.
our producers are still making money. Okay, let me give you. You can go and check this. Funke Akindele made over 1 billion naira on her last movie, A Tribe Called Judah.
Yes.
Femi Adebayo made $1.4 million on the movie he made, Jago Jago. Same thing applies to this tall actor, Odunlade Adekola. He also made millions. Somehow they are making money. But if you want to tell me that they are not making what is expected, I don't know, maybe as they are making money as producers, also these
Also,
foreign
these
apps are
foreign
also
apps are also
making,
making,
I'm getting the
I'm
feedback.
getting the feedback.
Go on.
Yeah, these foreign
Yeah, these foreign
people are also
people
making
are
money
also
from
making money
there.
from there.
But I can tell
But I
you,
can
our
tell you,
producers
our
are making
producers
money.
are making money.
I
Anyway,
mean, in
anyway,
fact,
In fact,
this
I
moved to
I'm not
four
moved
agree.
to
billion.
4 billion.
Funke Akindele's
Look
movie,
at Kidele's
the,
movie.
A Tribe Called Judah,
The
moved
tribe
to
called
four
Judah moved
billion
to
naira.
4 billion naira.
So
Okay.
you can,
You can,
It's like our guest
it's
is
like
about
our
to leave
guest
us.
is about to leave us.
Sorry, please. Sorry for the interruption. Please, I beg to leave. I have something to attend to, very
Thank you very
important.
much.
Thank you
Thank you very
very
much.
very much.
We've had a
We've
great
had
time with
a
you.
time with you.
Next time,
All
I
right.
hope
Thank
you
you
like
very
what
much.
you
I
said.
hope you like what you said.
All right.
That's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
That's
You are leaving us. All right.
what
Thank you
leaving
so
us.
much.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. We're gonna. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Listen. There is no excuse that whatever you're producing are being resold to you. You understand? You should have control over what you produce. And when you don't do that, you lack one thing: economic independence. All right. You can make money. Nobody said Michael Jackson was making money, but we know that Sonny was making the real money.
more money, yes.
All right. So yes, all these people are making producers are making money. Imagine what the money the Netflix is making.
Of course, they're
Nobody
making
when they
more
share for
money.
you. Somebody when they share for you, and you went. Not gonna leave the matter.
No,
Anyway,
but
that is the industry. Where is the industry? Where we are still in showcasing. We want to do the show business, and it's just an invitation. What we say here is to maybe wake up call for us to look at that aspect of the business, and maybe the Nigerian government to look at it, or I have to encourage Nigerians to do that, and they're doing so. The only reason this girl lady make this lady movie makes this money is the Nigerian box office, which the Nigerian government invested in Nigerian cinemas. You understand? We didn't have cinema before. The only reason that money came out was Nigerian cinema. So that is
yes,
growing, sorry. But instead, that is now the old style of making movie. The bulk of the money is now online. It's a digital
streamline.
distribution. So,
Yeah,
and we need to have it, you
yes.
know.
I was
And
coming to
until we
that.
do that, in fact, I want to see Burna Boy going out to perform, promoted by a Nigerian. You see, it's time to go out and bring the money home. You cannot be continued to be slave to others. Let us use the right word here. All right. All right. Let's go on to. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll come back with you the newspaper review. I'm sorry because sometimes I don't know where I take this show to. I wish I live here so that you people can do it better. That's why I'm here. I always bring in difficult issues, and let us do this first. We're gonna go on a quick break. When we come back, we take a look at the newspaper because the newspaper they are crying. There's a lot happened in the paper today. But I think these two important things are things we need to talk about. I also wanted us to look at the Lagos Calabar Bridge. If we can look at that quickly before we go on this break. So when we come back, we'll just read the papers and we can take it. We can take a day. But let's just last discussion is the Lagos Calabar Bridge. What is your take? What is really going on there? I see the project and I see it is a laudable project. I'm proud of it. This man is here to work. I actually know him very well. He did well as a governor. No, I don't know whether he made any money for the state, though. I wouldn't be rating him in terms of my barometer. I don't think it's one of those I will overrate. But hey, we're here. He's the one in charge. Now the current minister doing very well as giving us this magnificent project. Again, it is good to see it on the side, on the view. It's lovely, just like we saw the spectacles that came out. And I'm going to ask this question before you guys come in onto this very difficult issue. Put in the back of your mind, put at the back of your mind that it is project like this. That is why the IMF is telling us how to spend our money, how much to do to control, devalue our currency. It is because we're borrowing money to do things like this, which is okay. I think it's a good thing to borrow money to invest in things like this. But my question is, are we going to make the money back? Now, let's follow Lagos, for instance. Lagos constructed a very wonderful road that goes to the Aja from VI, that goes straight down. And they mounted the toll gate. And the toll gate is still there. Am I right?
Yes.
Still collecting money for that. Are we going to have that here, or we're going to owe this money again for the future generation? If we want to enjoy this road, we know our children will not see this road. By the time their children will grow up, the road will be old. So they will spend money to repair it. So those of us that will use it now, will it not be fair for us to pay a little bit towards this? Or we're going to pass on this to our children so that IMF will be on their neck to pay for what we consume? Over to you, House.
Okay, Daddy Chris, looking at it this way, I remember a long time ago we had this toll gate system that Obasanjo eradicated during his time. There's a toll gate at Lagos, Ibadan. Each border to every state, there's always a toll gate. But the government feels it is like enslaving the people. Okay, imagine I have to pass through a particular route 5 times. Do I have to pay that 5 times? How much do I have to pay? How much will I spend in a day? All because I'm making use of a particular. I mean, the road should be my right. Construction of road.
Who says
power,
so? The one in Lagos, why is it not your right?
That is why people protested. There was protest.
Protest. But the
Yes,
still right.
Protest.
Are you thinking of the future generation, or are you thinking of yourself alone? It's your right. What about the right of your children that you are indebting now? Because the IMF is telling you this is the amount of money you do this. This is the amount of money. Meaning you want to eat. You see, it's wrong to have a champagne appetite on a Coca-Cola paycheck. We have champagne appetite on a Coca-Cola paycheck. You want to drive a big car, it's up to you. Pay. You see, it's everywhere the same. Now, we're coming up with this. You see, today, you know why I'm saying this? And I'm going to leave these two princesses. I know they're going to come into this, my hard on me now. I know them. Now I'm going to say this. Today, Labour is asking that they want 650,000 naira minimum wage. Happy Mary is back. That's what they want. And it's like, oh, we cannot afford it. But how can you afford it if you are only owing debt? If the kind of project is this, champagne appetite on a Coca-Cola pay check.
It costs 15 trillion naira.
You don't have it, so you are taking the loan, which is okay. And now you're not brave enough to say to your people, okay, we need this road. Now, for us to have this kind of road, we're going to make some sacrifices. We need to pay toll gate. We need to make sure we pay this back. So the burden will not go on to our children. It will not affect our currency. Whether we like it or not, it's going to affect us, because IMF is telling you how much of your dollar, your naira should be in the international market. They're going to sell it for 3,000. If we continue with this attitude, that's what you get. And there's no time people will get decent wages, because the government will go and borrow money. Instead of investing it on refinery, we are investing it on road, which is good. The question I ask, is this going to give us money back? It's just a food for thought. I know these women will not be happy with me, so I'm going to keep quiet. Because we're the best now. I don't know if we start these two princesses. Trust me. You're going to understand. But I'm just saying that. Mary, do you agree that the toll gate, that we should have toll gate, or we should make this money back? This beautiful road that we are seeing now. Maybe I can handle you more than these other people. Look at the beautiful road. I mean, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Now, I don't know the debate. I don't know the fight in the house.
It's about 700 kilometers, Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road, 700
Lovely.
kilometers. And
Lovely.
it costs 15 trillion naira,
Good.
4 billion per kilometer.
All right, which is great.
But
We
these
love
are
this other government.
So how many toll gates? How
And
many
now
toll gates do
we're
we need to
gonna
have?
use this to, you know what is painful? This is what we're going to use to judge Tinubu government. Oh, don't you see the Lagos Calabar road? Whether they borrow the money, we don't ask. Oh. Whether our children is going to pay, we don't ask. All right. And I said to see
But
Nigerians.
sir, is this the right timing? We have, I don't know. There's this when I
Right.
was growing up, there is this novel or book, I can't remember, when you see a hunter carrying, a cow on the head, carrying a bull also by the armpits, carrying a lion, carrying a tiger,
Elephant,
carrying a cat, carrying a dog, and then he saw an ant. He still
grasshopper.
wanted to use his leg
Yeah,
to bring down the ants.
I
Now,
saw
my
that.
point is this the right time for this beautiful, magnificent Lagos Calabar Express Road? What is the minister trying to achieve? What is he trying to do to leave a legacy? To say, okay, during his time, he did this. We know very well that he's not going to complete this road. People are still going to suffer. Now, when you travel from, I don't know, I didn't go by road to Lagos, but when you travel from Warri to Benin, or maybe from Warri to Port Harcourt, have you seen the state of the road right now? What the last flooding did to the east-west road? And then the minister did not see this one. As I'm talking to you now, all the bridges, if you're going from Warri to Port Harcourt, you see most of the bridges are already, so now they are not using one side. You see one bridge has already collapsed. One place, you get to a place where the place is so deep, people will start crawling, until they pass. Everybody
And
will
buildings should
come
be
and use one
demolished.
lane. So we had this lot of these issues, even from the new road from, is it from Aba to
But
Calabar somewhere, where flood destroy a lot of these roads. So is it that the minister cannot put these ones in place first? Because the state government are not telling you. And don't to be precise, have you gone to Auship, what's it called, Ekboma? Go to Ekboma. It's so shameful, it's pitiful as well, that when from the university to I don't know the name of that place, Ira also, it's heartbreaking, sir. I went through the road. It's heartbreaking. It's a road that you cannot, you can barely survive while even going through it. A lot of accidents. And then the state government are not telling you that is a federal road, it's not my jurisdiction, I'm not supposed to do that road. And then these are the roads that the minister is supposed to be focusing on. At the end of the day, it's just that the other phone is bad. I wanted us to use that particular footage here today. That Ekboma I'm talking about, for the world to see. And then you leave this road, you leave these places, go to from Okmila to Abuja. You leave these roads, and then you come from nowhere to say you want to do one beautiful road. We know it's a beautiful road, but resolve issues first. And then talking about toll gates, uh, my point is, for instance, I'm very used to Abuja Airport toll gate, because that's the place I apply all the time. Now, if you pass Abuja toll gate, if you pass once, I drive. If you pass once, you pay. If you like forget something, or the person miss flight, you turn to
Yes,
come back to carry them, you pay.
you
And I,
pay.
I want to stand in line with David. Even if we have to pay, I think the ticket maybe should have expiration
Celebration. Yeah.
period, where, okay, maybe after 3-4 hours, just the way we do here in London, when you have your oyster or your card, your money you pay on the boxes. After a period of time, if I apply the bus for more than 4 or 5 times, then I will not be charged anymore, because I've been, do you get? So I'm
Yes.
thinking that
And
maybe
that daily
we should
rate,
have a
that
period.
daily rate. Yes.
Yes, if you
People
buy
should
a
pay daily
ticket, the
rate.
ticket
Yes.
should last maybe for 4 or 5 hours, and then when you're coming back, you have to pay again. That would be fair. But talking about Lekki toll gate, where you pass every now and then and you pay every now and then, sir, the money is not there. Nigerians are actually choking. And you saying whatever they are doing right now, you are adding to them. And don't forget that this particular road, we're going to destroy a lot of people, their home. A lot of lands will be affected. A lot of people will be affected also. And we know the Nigerian system. When they say the government is going to compensate, if you do not know who or who is this, then you're on your own. Because I remember when they were doing Port Harcourt East-West Express Road from Warri to Port Harcourt, my mother's house at the village was actually affected. and she and the sister. And then there's another house after my mother's house. But of course, it's not a mansion, it's just a mud house. I remember then my mother and the sister, they kept going to Asaba up and down, that they must collect that money because it's even part of the offense, not even the house. Of course, that's where we buried my mom, not even the house. But they were able to get their money. But this other poor woman here, this, I don't want to use the word poor, this other lady here, she was crying until my mother they had to go back to Asaba until they actually got something for this woman. What would have become of this old widow? And so these are some of the issues. If you don't have anybody to speak for you, government will come, bulldozer your house, bulldozer your farmland, and the next thing road will pass and nothing will happen. So I'm thinking that maybe it's a beautiful project, but it's a wrong time. And let's not forget that we are owing too much already as a nation, as a country. We owe so much money. And at the end of the day, you are not able to meet up to workers' salary. You are not able to do anything for the workers. You are not even able to increase their wages. And at the end of the day, you're coming to say you're doing one beautiful road. We don't need the road. Nigerians have been surviving. For me, I stand with Atiku on this one. I've never been his fan, but I will stand with Atiku on this one. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah. In fact, buildings should be demolished. According to David Umar, he has come out to say why they're constructing buildings. In fact, they started demolishing buildings is on Saturday. People's houses have been demolished. They've been demolishing people's houses on Saturday just because of the road. This Lagos Calabar coastal road. I mean, if you're going to put 700 kilometers, how many toll gates do you want to have? Is it on every kilometer we're going to have toll gates on each kilometer? So
You know what I like about this platform? Eh? I like to have the different opinion. You guys could put me where sometimes I'll come with an issue, I'll run away. You know, because you come up with some perspective that I agree. You know, sir. And it's very correct. And it's really good to listen to one another. And I think the government should be listening to one another here. Because there are too many parts to this story. Like the toll gate, for instance, I agree with you, Princess. I think it should be done on daily. You pay today, you paid. Your ticket should allow you to pass for the whole day. And then you pay a particular fee if you want to pass once or you want to pay for the day. So the government will raise the money. It's okay to have this project. It's not okay for the burden to be passed on to another generation or to affect the Nigerian economy because we already look at the naira today. Oh, don't you ask yourself why the naira is what it is?
The truth is that, sir, even if we choose to pay a toll gate per second or per movement, you are passing, you pay, you come again, you pay.
I
The
know what you're going to
politicians will
tell me.
still lose the money and nothing will
I know
happen.
that's what you're going to
Because
tell
as
me.
we are
But
now, we
let
already
us
know
have it
that we are
first.
owing so
Let us
much.
make the money first so that
Yes,
our
we are owing
children,
so
God will
much.
come. And we go to church every day. We go to mosque. May God save us. Princess, do you agree that we should pay some toll gates?
I grew up meeting toll gates, and I was also aware of the time when they eradicated the toll gates. You know, the thing is, if we are going to do toll gate, we must do it right. We must do it right. Don't make a beautiful road where you have collected debt loan on, and then you start collecting money from the citizens, and the money is not even used to pay the loan back.
That's the problem.
You know,
That's the
so
problem.
and you pass there 10 times, they'll collect money from you 10 times, and the debt still remains. And I think I stand to be corrected. The Lagos constructions, there was an arrangement between it was like a PP, public-private partnership, and I don't think the Lagos government actually bore the full cost of that road. The toll gates were constructed for the people who actually spent money to recoup their money back for a period of about 20 years or thereabout, after which the road will be handed over to the Lagos state government. But this particular road in question is a project by the Nigerian government that they borrowed money for. So I think it's a beautiful contract, but a beautiful project, but it's a bad investment.
Thank
It's
you.
really bad.
Yes.
It's really bad.
Mary, do you agree that this is a bad investment for us? Because this is really
It's really
a
bad,
challenge.
sir. I wanted to say I support what Princess in London is saying because we have a lot of government hospitals that collapse and unavailability of drugs. And even when the drugs are available, it will be unaffordable. and they're not talking about it. And that is why the federal government also have been advised to suspend this project and face other pressing priorities. Because just like she said, I feel like the Minister of Works, David Umar, he's trying to do this maybe just to make name for himself. And even when Atiku actually stated that there should have been a proper notification as regards demolition of the tourist and recreational centers and some properties in the Oniru corridor. You get, so I think the construction of this Lagos to Calabar coastal highway has really caused a lot of criticism from the people. A lot of people are frowning at it because we have a lot of bad roads in other places, and he didn't do anything about it. Nobody is saying anything about it, and he's just focusing on the Lagos and Calabar coastal highway. So I think it's not the right time to do this. We should have focused on other pressing issues.
All right, we're gonna do one thing, please. We show ends in another 10 minutes, so we're gonna go on a quick break, 1 minute, and when we come back, we're gonna take a look at one newspaper, and we do that before we close the show. Otherwise, it's no, we're no more. We're not being fair to our newspapers. Anyway, most of what we said are in the papers, but the papers have more to tell us. Let's go on a quick break. Don't go away. Don't touch that button. We will be right back. Stay with
Ooh
us.
la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
All right, welcome back. This is Wake Up Nigeria, that the place London. Here in London, we're the capital city of the world. That's how we pride ourselves, that London is the capital city of the world. And that's why we are two today. Princess also in London. And we have the heartbeat of the nation, Princess again. You know, if you knew why they call them princesses, look at them. They are princesses. All right, and then we have, of course, the Abuja lady. You see the hair? We are complete here in Abuja. And of course, I have the only boy supporting me, the only man that can say, hey, don't press this man in the nose. We are not alone. We are not alone. So David is here. Yeah, we'll be talking about some of the issues, current issues affecting us as a nation. Look at the beauty of it, and I always throw the difficult questions. And here we are as a people. But let's take a look today. A quick look at some of what the papers are saying. And I want Abuja to help us take a look at some of the papers. So which one are we picking on now?
Okay, I think we should go with the punch.
All right.
And the big story is the electricity tariff hike. Labour demands reversal as protest begins today. NLC, TUC orders to picket NERC office discourse in 36 states. And you can find this story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. I will have another story that says National Assembly gets tax report September. And that story is on page 42 of the Punch newspaper. And you have another story that says National State Assemblies to spend 724 billion naira in 2024. And that story is on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. Rivers Assembly, Fubara pro-Wike lawmakers clash over relocation. And that story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Harry Meghan ends Nigeria tour on a bright sporting note. And that story is on page 6 and 44 of the Punch newspaper. I have another story that says bank chiefs obtain 549 billion naira insider loan in 5 years. And that story is on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have a story that says stop electricity subsidy. IMF tells federal government. And that story is on page 42 of the Punch newspaper. And you have another story that says don't stop dancing, but govern well. Obasanjo advises Adeleke. And that story is on page 18 of the Punch newspaper. I will have a story here that says man arrested for exposing 4-year-old sensitive parts online. And that story is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. We have another story that says NDLEA holds suspects with 3 trucks of codeine pills. And that story is on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch.
Princess, oh, the two princess. What is going on with Fubara? Is he ever going to be a governor? Is this man going to survive this? Eh? What is going on here? Eh? Is this guy going to be a governor? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Where are we? It's been one trouble and another. If not this, is this. If not this, is this. Today now, you know, my question is hardly when politics get this ugly, it's hardly in the interest of the people. There's a state suffering with all the resources. Nothing is going to the people at the moment. The politicians are fighting to prove a point. Where are we? I really want to hear from you guys because if I say something, I'll be attacking Wike right now. But because Wike has a state to run, he has the FCT to run. He's not comfortable there. There's too much money going to where he's coming from. He knows how much that goes into that state. So he wants to be in control. Or what? And maybe the man is fighting for the people. Is that what you people think? Is Wike fighting for the people? Is he fighting against the people?
Well,
Obviously. Go ahead, princess. Go ahead.
when I saw in the daily some days ago, we Fubara relocating the Rivers Assembly to the government house. It just reminded me of what our governor did some time ago, where they relocated our House of Assembly to the government house. They functioned from there for so many years, trying to put things under wrap. So I feel Fubara will find his footing, but the truth is, when the foundation is wrong, what do you expect? The deal that was made before he became governor, that is what he's still fighting on now. So the point now is he is a governor. He's trying the best he can to get his grip on the state. That's why you see him trying to maybe relocate the House of Assembly to the government house so that he can at least have his breathing over their neck and see what is going to happen. If you can succeed, maybe you'll be able to find his footing. But that's what happened here, where our governor relocated the House of Assembly from Ring Road into the government house. At least there, they could not do drama. Anybody that was not conforming did
He
not get
shop,
to enter.
chop am. And that is the power. Before now, I think the power has been well evenly distributed. I think the legislative arms of government get their money directly from the federal government now. It no more comes through the governor. I don't know whether that has been done well, because by the time the governor is one funding that house, you guys gonna be hungry, man. That's why in those days they have power. They always change the speaker at will. But now that the money comes to the house, how come that they still don't have a say? But my only concern is, are the people are they doing it in the interest of the people, or they're fighting their own war? They are fighting tribal war, like Bob Marley said. See, them
Of
want
course,
to
of
be the
course,
stars.
this is Daddy Chris. This is a war between them. This has
It's a
nothing to
personal
do with the
war.
people.
Yeah.
Now, if you see Fubara for a very long time now, we know that this war has been for a very long time. And Fubara, I really want to applaud Fubara because he has been calm from the beginning. We know that Wike did a lot of things, throwing all that tear gas at the very beginning, shutting down the state house, bringing security men, working against the sitting governor. Like Princess said, apparently there was an agreement. Something happened before he came into power. But also, like in my state, there was a time the governor, the ex-governor, and Borevori wanted to have issues, and then I spoke to some people, and they say, okay, you cannot outgrown your master. That was the word the man used, and I say, okay, now even though the Okowa is no longer seated, even though he's not there, and Oborevori knows that, okay, this is what I want to do on behalf of the people, so you have to go through your godfather? And the man said, yes, this is politics and there must be, cabals. Now, we know that Fubara has been calm. He has been calm because this issue has been there. Uh, you know, with this Wike issue. My problem is that Wike is leaving the whole of FCT. We have security issues in FCT. A lot of people are crying now. FCT has turned to any other state where things can just happen and people get away with it, unlike the FCT we're used to before. And now Wike is leaving all this and is fighting a war. Even though the presidency did say yesterday that they are not taking side between Wike and Fubara, whatever they are doing, they should do. But the presidency also should have stated that two of you concentrate, go back to your positions, and allow the people to live in peace. There's a saying that when two elephants fight, the grass suffers.
Thank you.
Now, whatever they've been doing, I want to believe that Fubara has not had the energy or the time to focus on the state. It's either one crisis, one issue, or the other. And even though Falana did yesterday, Falana said that Fubara had no right, bring taking the executive, or what's it called, the legislative, or the what's as it called,
Yeah,
princess
the legislative arms to
arms
the
to the
yes.
state house, that he has no rights as a lawyer. He spoke from the angle of a lawyer, that he has no right, taking them there. But we know that Wike also has been manipulating this the legislators. He has been manipulating them. He has been, causing chaos there. And maybe the man felt, okay, since I have to beat you to your game, and that's the only way out. And he had to now pack them to the state house where he can keep a close eye, or maybe where he
Yeah.
can, okay, be a part of whatever they are doing, even though that is a very wrong move. But
Yeah,
I'm happy that now he's not standing up. That is the only
yes,
way you can beat this, or he will be
exactly.
impeached, or
No,
he will finally
I
leave the
completely
position.
agree. He's not doing the whole thing completely. Yeah, I don't. If I were to be him, Wike will be in prison now. Because there's only one thing you will leak about Wike on what he has done, and the Wike will be going to prison straight on. You understand? And we are busy. He's still waiting time. I said, Fubara, you can help us. Tell us what Wike did wrong. The money he put, he mismanaged. We'll put him in prison.
But sir, whoever comes to equity must come with clean hands.
Exactly.
So
That,
is he
that, I,
also clean?
that's a good one, though. That's a good one. That's something I just read today. If you come to equity, you must come with clean.
So if he's trying to expose Wike, what are we sure is also innocent? What if he
Yeah,
has
because
aided and
he was with Wike in the government. We'll come to that.
exactly?
We
So
all know that Wike is a troublemaker.
natural
We all know
troublemaker.
that Wike
Wike
is
is
just there.
shameless. He's
Wike
shameless.
is just looking for anything. He doesn't care who is involved. He had these issues with Peter Obi, with Atiku, with anybody that crosses his way. And so I'm just thinking that, Wike, the way Fubara is handling it now, maybe that will resolve the issue. If not, apparently he will not be there for too long. If he keeps, keeping calm, quiet, and letting Wike to run the state with some of the cabals. He is the governor. Funny enough, the other time he said they've made up. I saw their pictures. They came out, they shook hands and all that. They hugged and all that. And I knew that was just a charade. I said it here on the show. And then they went back and the same thing continued. So what are they fighting over? That is the question. There is something that is happening. Something
Exactly.
that is
There's
going
something
on.
Fubara is not telling us. If you don't want to tell us, then don't get us involved. Fight your battle.
Of
Keep
course,
our money.
we actually thought it was a fight for supremacy. Wike wants to become the godfather, and Fubara feel is not letting him run the government the
There's
way
no
he
like
wants to be
Godfather
run.
without money. It's about who controls this. What Okowa did, Okowa appointed people into the board, that his own men into the board of the superintendent, which you know is the second arm that brings in money to the state. You understand? He put his men there. So that's what they do. They plan their tentacles so they can win elections,
Yeah.
so they can run the state. And that's what Wike is trying to do. But Wike, it's a matter of time. You understand? It's a matter of time. It happens to Ibori. Ibori planted a lot of tentacles in Delta State. A time came when his own boy told him, Baba, stop. Your time is over. Your time is up. And it was up. So there will be a time. Sometimes a season. And that season is maybe now. I know
For someone that tried it.
Princess said, this is your people, eh? Asari will come back. This is what Asari will do. Asari will come now. He's going to take one side. That man, That your brother Asadi princess. Now, wow. Anyway, we are coming to the end of the show. I just felt that the dancing governor, like they are telling him, what would have expected that dancing governor? Because we don't have time to really take a look at what is happening there. I'm happy you're in Lagos now. What is going on in Oshu State? Is he just dancing or is moving the state to the next level? Because some of these Ekiti state, Ondo state, we don't talk. Only Lagos we hear. Lagos is the only surviving state in the southwest. I beg to be corrected though. Is there any other progressive state in the southwest? We know Ekiti people they go school, but that is a different thing. Are the states progressing?
Well, they are progressing in a way. Though Lagos is just like the face of the western states. That does not mean other states are not progressing. We also
Now,
have
Lagos deport una go home. Lagos, not be Lagos deport people go Osun State.
yes, I even expected the governor for Osun State to even come out to say something. Adeleke just
He
kept
didn't say
quiet.
anything. He's
He
dancing now.
didn't say
That's why they
anything.
dance. Not be that guy, not be the dancer.
That is the dancing governor,
Now, so what are you talking about?
Davido's
Don't be
uncle.
busy dancing. That guy, anytime he see music, he get good time. You understand? So I don't know how many times he get to rule as a governor. But not able to choose where. That guy na entertainer. If I come perform like that guy could be holding the stage like Burna Boy. Where did
He's
they go?
related. He's related to Davido and B-Red, so I think it's B-Red's father. So
Anyway,
well, but he actually, apart from his dancing attitude, this is a government that has actually come out to actually bring up projects, plans, ideas that's moving the state forward. Of course, he can do better. But
e.g.
for some,
example, for example,
okay, in the area of education,
okay.
in the area of education, he has done well in the area of education. Most of the
So
schools
where are we?
before he took over, the buildings were dilapidated, poor buildings. But now he has renovated most of the buildings, government schools, and the roads are very very good in Osun State.
Now
In
make
fact,
you have started again. When we
Saliva
when
is
we
working.
when we talk
Saliva
to
is
the governor,
Osun
we
State.
talk of the roads, we talk of the schools, the buildings.
yes,
In
yes,
fact,
infrastructure.
we've been here. We have been here years ago. We are
Osun
still
State
here.
governor is working. He's not just dancing. I don't know why he looks as if you are just painting him like a dancer.
No,
Not like
I asked now. What another this?
he's
What has
working.
he done?
I've just
Okay,
mentioned of
like
education.
before he entered the seat as the governor, there are some people that ate money according to the normal thing they do in politics, and I think he was able to remove all of them and retrieve some of the money they
Embezzled, yeah.
yes before he came in. So and some rules, just like he said, that were bad. Like if you go to Oshogo, which is the capital of Osun State, it's really developed, and him coming, he has changed a lot of things so far so good ever since he emerged as the governor
No,
of the state.
again, you guys
And
are
also he helped.
you are not pointing out. You see, what I worried about is we need to now begin to. You are journalists. You are people. You are the. You are. We expect you people now to begin to judge, to make judgments, and it's your opinion, but those judgments should count. What are the barometers you use in judging this man now as that he has done well? That's my question. I don't know. To be honest, I'm only saying that Lagos is eclipsing every other state there. Because we don't talk about the other western state because Lagos is there. But I think other states are suffering. One state that I know we should be talking about would have been Oyo State. Do you know that Oyo they are good in agriculture?
Yeah.
You understand? I don't know how far the governor is actually partaking in that, but it's like he created a fertile ground for agriculture to grow. If there was going to be food, I've seen one or two images of agricultural progress in that state. That is something I would like to see. We all cannot be constructing roads. And I think it's time when we don't celebrate this mediocrity, then so let things will change. We should stop celebrating failures. How can we now today be telling? I'm happy you guys were very firm when you said to the minister, "Sir, this is not what we need now. It's okay to have it. It's a magnificent project, lovely. Everybody will clap for you. But what is the long-term plan? If we don't have it, we are bad parents. You know the word bad parents. We don't think of our children.
But at the Chris, you know that no matter how you work as a governor, as a leader in a state, if the roads are bad, they will still say you didn't do anything. Most times people focus more on the roads. They actually don't
But
want to look at the roads.
I'm
You
not
get
saying
what I'm
this.
now,
saying?
I'm not saying they should not construct roads. Oh, but
in the
when
area
you
of
now make a road
economy,
without a plan, sometimes the roads. You see this Calabar road now. Is it for? You see, sometimes I always use the word. You have priorities. Education is a good thing. Like I said today, we said something on this show today that our kings can actually change certain things by just declaring a state of war, a state of emergency on our education system, which is a problem. The reason we are where we are is people that were not properly educated, maybe change our curriculum to make it fit for purpose. And then we begin to turn out good graduates who will change the economy. How can you construct roads on a bare road? Then is people going to steal to drive cars on the road? Because at the end of the day, Nigerians are going to go on Yahoo, get car to drive on beautiful roads. That is the culture because you've not talked about who's going to drive the cars on the road. Who are they?
but that Chris, in the area of economy as well, he also built a cargo airport and he encouraged exportation of some of the locally made, like palm oil, charcoal from the states outside the
Good.
country. That's why he built that cargo airport right there in Osun State.
She
So
said,
I
oh,
think that
that's a
actually
good one.
helped the economy of the
Yes.
states as
All
well.
right, these are things we want to know. You know, you guys, Yoruba, you guys belong to you. In fact, Yoruba people, sometimes we talk about you. You guys are cheating us.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the
I'm,
Nigerian Stock Exchange, Oluwani,
uh,
you're all Yorubas. Go,
I'm
have
not
you seen?
Yoruba. I'm not Yoruba, sir.
All right, I'm just
I'm not
saying.
Yoruba.
I mean, in a good way. In a good way. They have been able. They went to school on time. They choose to go to school. Awolowo did that for them, and it's
Yeah.
helping them. You
The
understand? And
tourist attraction. We
yeah,
also
yeah,
improved their tourism
yeah.
in Ocean State.
We thank God for that. We want to see it happen. You
But I
know, so
want it
like
to
I
be
always
done,
say
or
to the
your
Oba of Benin can choose to make Edo State the center of attraction tourism.
yeah. When it comes to culture, I give it to Edo State. They
Yes,
don't joke with
Benin
their
can do that
culture. Yeah.
better. And we pray that
Yeah.
Princess, we're looking forward to when that will be the order of the day. Listen, young ladies, I'm an old man. I'm gonna rest, and I'll let you people end the show in your own way. I know Princess from London is here. You guys know how to do that better. But I think we had a very constructive discussion. We can't see more papers today. It's 1 hour 42 minutes into the show. We need to stop now. So, and that on that basis, I'm going to leave Princess in Lagos.
Just before we
Yeah,
go, sir, there's this particular headline I really wanted us to talk on. Just that one headline. I
okay.
think this day newspaper, Mary,
Okay, this day.
Do we
or
have this?
Daily Trust rather, Daily
Okay,
Trust. Do you
Daily
have
Trust.
Daily Trust?
Yes, yes, I have Daily Trust.
Okay, I should read through.
Just the headline, the major headline.
Okay, the big headline says tenants groans as Abuja landlords increase rents. The writer says property owners blame high cost of building materials. Developers seek a signing of real estate bill. And the story is on page 4 of the Daily Trust.
It's quite, I don't know, it's just disheartening. Now, I know that a lot of people will say high cost of building materials, but what of the old houses? You've been taking rent, and all of a sudden, you know very well. Now, I was talking with somebody the other day that the landlord is increasing by like over 50%. And like, okay, but the man should also know that, because the man said that no, it's not my fault. Now the economy everywhere is hard. But
Yes.
sir, even your tenant is facing the same thing. We are in this together. Everybody is in the country, and so when some landlord begin to push tenants, it's quite unacceptable. Knowing fully well that government is not even increasing salary, food stuff is going up, everything is just skyrocketing, and at the end of the day, landlord is still heaping rent issues on tenants. It's quite it's just this happening. I had a lot of people that called me too many days ago. That is why that story actually caught my attention from Abuja. A lot of people called me, chatted me, what are people doing about this? It's unbecoming of Abuja landlords, and I don't know what to do. I just wanted us to speak on it, and that's why I said we should just read that headline.
Okay, Princess, you know that before people normally run to Maraba, they say Maraba is cheaper. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing like Maraba is cheaper. There's nothing like
Abi?
Janya is. There's nothing like Masaka is cheap. Even you see houses without water in it, and it's very expensive. You see a lot of houses that okay, you rent this house, you still have to go out and fetch water. But you see the kind of price they're calling. Okay, let's say they are complaining that the building materials are high. So what about agents? Agents normally they collect 10% before, but right now they've changed it. You see some agents telling you to give them 15%, 20%. So for what? What is their own in the issue of increments in house rent everywhere? At least I've been princess, I was opportune to at least know your place when you were in Abuja. You can see that kind of area you stayed. Right now is a no-go area. You understand? It's just everything is just so high. And when you talk, they'll tell you that we are not considering the fact that things are expensive, the price of cement, the price of zinc, everything used in building the houses are expensive. And that is why they're adding house rent. It's really not funny here in Abuja. It's just too much. Every day it's too much.
It's everywhere. It's even happening in Lagos as well. In fact, in my own case, it's even worse. Simply because I met an agent, they introduced me to another agent. I had to pay agent fee twice, and they have a flat rate. It's 100,000 naira. If you are paying, it's any house that is going to go for as high as 300, 350, you are paying 100,000 naira as agent's fee. This is terrible. And the painful thing is, the government is not even saying anything about it. It's just as if those people are independent on their own. And you can't even leave one agent to the other because it's as if they have a union. They will always tell you the same price, they will always give you the same amount. That's their agent fee. I paid
Igbo
agent
style.
fee twice. That is the irony. I paid agent fee twice simply because the agent I met said, okay, the area where I wanted, there is no vacant building there. So he contacted another agent, so which I have to pay the other second
Pray
agent
this
because I
one who
needed the place.
contacted the other one. In
I
Jesus'
pay them
name.
the same amount, 100, 200,000 naira. And I will still need to furnish the house. I still need to get some things into the house. I still need to paint the house, get wallpapers. So you can imagine if I've just dashed somebody 200,000 naira for doing what? So
And
I
that is
mean, the
what
government
the
should look
headline in
into it.
Guardian is saying. You can see that headline in Guardian. That is what it was complaining about. The high rate of everything. Manufacturers, everybody they are complaining. It's not funny,
I
honestly.
mean,
But
and
Even as much as
know
things
what
are
we always
getting
hear of
higher, that's the more
Nigeria?
reason landlords should be considerate.
Eh,
Of course, me too. I have tenants. Sometimes they say, even me, I forget sometimes, and I know that it's not everybody that can do it, but so, even though I encourage them to pay, but I won't kill them. And at this point in time in Nigeria, I don't think it's the right time to increase rent for anybody at all. I know that there was this. Okay, I think 2 weeks ago, my neighbor said somebody was gisting me what happened with my neighbor and my landlord. And my landlord was telling that my neighbor that I will increase your rent, or I don't care. So the guy said, "So I'm a copper. Where do you want me to get the money from?" And he started begging. He was following the man on the street. "Sir, can I need them, please, sir?" And he said, "If you're a copper, what are you doing in my compound? This area is not
exactly.
for coppers. Move out." And I was like, really? I said, but he didn't talk to me anything about increment. And I said, "Oh, you be journalist." And I said, "I don't think it's about that." Anyway, I was actually hoping the man will come to me and speak so I can actually write him a very good test, or chat. The reason why at this period size, not a good, is your house, fine, but you've bet this house, you've taken the first, second, maybe third rent, and now you still want to increase in the name of building materials. What are you building?
And
Are
you are
you
not building your house.
renovating? You are not renovating, you are not building, and then you're increasing rent. It's really
Everywhere.
sad, and I think that the landlords, they can hear and of course have pity on the people.
the government should, we have a body in charge of price control, and they are not. I
What
don't
can
even know if
they
they are even
do?
working. They
I brought
can.
somebody on this show as regarding to this. He said it here. They have a body, but what are they doing? Because the way at which Abuja landlord for a case study are increasing rents shows that this body don't know what they are doing. They are not active. It's
You know,
only
a
in
landlord.
Abuja you will
Yeah,
see a landlord increase a rent 2023, 2024, he will increase it again. It's not done.
yeah.
And
If a
and and I,
landlord
I
told
mean, I
me,
was trying to tell the couple in my company that can you go and meet a lawyer and ask, is it possible for a landlord to increase rent 2 years ago and increase now? Sometimes I follow the law. Of course, we have
But,
property lawyers and all that, all those lawyers
yes,
into
yeah.
properties
but
and all, so they will know better.
where is the man is the owner of this property? If you can't stay, you get to leave. Unless you have a lease, it will be on your lease. If you don't have a proper lease, most of the agreements you see this agent, you don't sign contract now. You just go into a property and there's no proper lease. You understand? And if you don't have that, how can you stop the man from increasing? If it is their terms of contract, and that's why it's important. Perhaps people to now renting a house should also look at the contract carefully. Make
Yes.
sure you have a contract. Let the contract state it clearly how long it will take before any rent increment or because
Increment
this
can take
is
place.
at the beginning. Yeah, it's very important from a legal point of view. It's very very important. And
Anyway, that would be a good place to wrap up the show today. But just before we go, don't forget our Nigerian Week London that is fast approaching. Of course, I'm already in town. That is why we're here to hit up everything. We already have things ongoing, and we have a lot of activities. Award ceremony. We have the Moonlight Film Festival. We have business summits. We have the food show as well. A lot of things. Real estate. We're going to have a lot of activities as regarding the Nigerian Week London. Even agriculture will be there as well. And so as time goes on, we'll be dropping information for you. But know that this year we're already here to kickstart it, just like last year. How time flies. We're already here to kickstart it. Everyone is on deck already. We're working to make sure that we bring this year a success, just like what we did last year. Anyway, that would be a good place to wrap up the show today. Thank you for always having us around, and don't forget to share, like, and follow us on our social media handles. Thank you, Dada Chris. Thank you, Princess. Thank you, Mary, and thank you, David, for being on the show today. We'll do this again tomorrow, hopefully. And of course, while you're out there, remember to stay out of trouble. Drink water, instead of looking for trouble, drink water. Water is good for your health. And of course, be your brother's keeper, obey the traffic laws as well. We see you again tomorrow. I remain yours truly, Princess Cassie.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.